Hi, my name's Dave, and I'm going to try to tell the story of the rebuilding of this end up. I've owned this boat for 40 years now, and it's time to do some serious work to it. It's been repainted a couple times over the course of the years using standard one-part paints. I think this time we're going to do something a little more amazing. Plan is to sand it down, coat it with an epoxy primer, and then I think we're probably going to use an automotive finish. I don't see any reason to fool around with the boat paints. The bottom line is the bottoms of these boats get scratched up, so what? No big deal. And I can just as easily repair a automotive finish as I can the boat finishes, and I think I can get a brighter, glossier finish, probably at least as durable, if not more so, to the conditions these boats live in, which is living outside in the weather.
So this is where the boat is now in August of 2018. We've used a Mauritius Blue Perfection 2-part polyurethane paint. We used All Grip 2000 on all of the aluminum beams and the mast and boom. We sanded the decks smooth and finished them. Added a new port in front of the main beam that allows you to have access to the front bulkhead and to work on the lugs and the bolts. Dagger boards now have handles in both boards. One was a newer board that had it, and I just matched it in the old board. Added or moved the mast rotation to above the boom, and did lots and lots of other work. This is the original mast rotation was a single rod that came through the mast, and one day when the mast got dropped, it punched its way through the front of the mast and opened up a huge hole. And the solution of the big hole is some nice aluminum foil tape. I've always had a smaller hole a little lower down on the mast that I could puncture in case I ever had water in the mast and it caused me problems. Here you can see the All Grip 2000 on the aluminum, and the slow square top sails are hoisted here since it's not windy. It was in fact no wind at this point in time. The appearance of these sails is fantastic. The shape is very impressive. I may have to upgrade the 3-to-1 downhaul, but that's another day. So 41 years old. This boat looks new. It sails like a new boat, and you just can't hardly go wrong with a 5.2 that has been structurally repaired and improved for the most part. Some of the things that we did do is we bedded the cradles. One thing I've learned since I cracked one of the lugs is that the lugs in the early boats are bronze and they have extremely sharp edges, and I think that aggravates shearing of the lug out of the hull. Here you can see the smooth decks again. I really like this, and what I noticed when I was sailing it was it really wasn't slippery at all. Didn't seem to make any difference whatsoever in terms of sliding around. And the boat's dusty from the trip up to this lake, but Also can see the slow tramp. That's another nice addition. The Harkin Traveler that I changed out, which was a direct change out. Didn't have to do any drilling or anything to add that Harkin Traveler. You can see all the new shrouds and trapeze wires, all from Murray's, that have the black vinyl on them. And I know people discuss whether or not to go that route, but the looks is it looks great, and I'd much rather impale myself on a shroud that is surrounded in vinyl than hitting the bare wire. Here you can see the All Grip 2000 on the rudder castings, and that looks really good. These are the new beam straps I got for the rear, and they have shrink wrap for like electrical shrink tubing on them, and that was great.
days I escaped through a maze of busted steel and glass. Silk pantyhose with holes in the toes. I started running through the toll-wooded grass. I saw a house all alone, as bare as a bone, like someone had thrown it away. Reeked of smoke and the neglected chore. Memories of better days. I stood at the door, soaked to my core, and feeling something insane. And the door only wanted me to man stood in silence, coming out of the rain. Coming out of the rain. His eyes were dark, like the eyes of a shark, and his face was neither young nor old. I paused for a beat before moving my feet and crossing that wide threshold. It was a summer night and a fire burned bright, but I began to shiver and shake. He gave me a coat of fur, a smile demure, and a plate full of devil's food cake. Oh, he sat down on a chair